Hey guys, Walla here. Today we're going to be reviewing the Hawkmoon, going over the perks and what the exotic perk does. If you're not aware, Hawkmoon was in Destiny 1 and now it's returning in Destiny 2. Unfortunately, there's no luck in the chamber. So if you played D1, you know that there was luck in the chamber on this gun, but they completely remade it. So it's a lot different now. So going straight into the exotic perk, you have Paracausal Shot. Final blows and precision hits with Hawkmoon grants stacks of Paracausal charge. The final round in the magazine deals bonus damage based on the number of stacks. Stowing the Hawkmoon on the final round removes this bonus. So going into the other perks, we have Smooth Grip. And then right away we get something very interesting. We've never seen this on an exotic before, but you can get a random perk on an exotic now. This is kind of shitty just because exotics were kind of like something everyone had the same exact roll on, right? It was kind of nice. And then, you know, your legendaries would be something you can get random rolls on, but I'll show you guys this on the screen here, what you can get. So the perks you can get in the middle column are Opening Shot, Rangefinder, Moving Target, Killing Wind, Snapshot, Eye of the Storm, Hipfire Grip, Quick Draw, and Surplus. As for the extra barrels and the grips, I'm not entirely sure if that also counts as something you can get for a random roll. We'll have to, you know, again, whenever we know more, I can make another video and talk about it. But for now, I'm just going to assume that you can only get Smooth Grip and Corkscrew. But again, if it's on the website, then maybe you can get those to get a random drop as well. But we'll have to wait and see. And for the last perks, we have Alloy Mag and Corkscrew Rifling. The stats on this weapon are no joke. Like, seriously, the stats are insane. Like, it's really, really good. So we have 78 impact, 61 range, 76 stability, 83 handling, 63 reload, and the aim assist, you can't see it in-game, but is 93. And the recoil direction is 96. I'm not too sure what that means in Destiny Item Manager, but I know for a fact when shooting this gun, it's extremely stable, so that's probably a really good thing. The only downside in the stats, at least from looking at it, might be the fact that it only has 8 bullets, but when you actually use the gun and realize that the perk requires the magazine to be not that big, so it's actually a good thing that it only has 8 bullets. So to test the perk out, I went into a private match, shot my friend once into the head, and it does 91 damage instead of 70. Normally it's supposed to hit 70, and with one charge of the perk, it does 91, which isn't too bad. As you can see, the higher we go, the more damage we're doing. So far, the perk doesn't seem too great, and if you think the same way, I don't blame you. It's a weird perk. It's a special perk, but when you go into a game and you start to hit, you know, let's say you get 3 headshots and get a kill, right? The charge counts if you get a kill as well. I didn't demonstrate that in the clips here, but you'll see some gameplay and you'll be able to tell. So when we get to 6 charges of the exotic perk, this is when you're able to actually one-shot headshot somebody, and it's actually pretty damn cool. If you ever manage to get 6 headshots in a game, you'll be able to one-shot somebody and really surprise them. Obviously 7 headshots will kill them too, but 7 headshots will actually kill someone to the body with 1 shot as well, which is pretty damn cool. And for those of you who were wondering, yes, this can one-shot a super, surprisingly. Not all supers, alright, don't get ahead of yourselves, but for the normal supers, basically any super that's not a frickin' behemoth titan, this will one-shot it. So Blade Dancer, normally, obviously that's not dodging with the bottom tree class, will get one-shot headshotted. Dawnblade will get one-shot headshotted, but not every super, but again, the supers that don't have a lot of armor or anything can get one-shotted to the head. Assuming you're a beast and you get 7 headshots, or like, you know, 5 headshots and like 2 kills somehow. I don't know. However you manage to get 7 charges. So we went over all the perks and the exotic perk and how I feel about the gun, to be completely honest with you guys. It's a very good gun. It might seem mediocre due to the fact that the exotic perk isn't too great. But the gun itself is amazing. Like the aim assist on it. Again, I play on mouse and keyboard, so aim assist isn't really something. It's more like bullet magnetism. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it really does feel like the bullets or the shots are really easy to hit, which is always a plus in FPS shooters. The recoil it's non-existent. It's amazing. When you shoot this gun, it doesn't even move. Like that's how it just makes it a lot easier for a lot of people who aren't too great with hand cannons. And again, the exotic perk does manage to work in games. This gameplay was decent decent showing, I could say. I feel like I could have done better with showing off the perk, but nonetheless, it does work in games quite often. When you're playing against really good players, I feel like it's when the gun might not be too great. The perk might not be too great. I think the gun itself will still be good, just due to the fact that the perk, the stats on it are really awesome. Earlier in the video, I said it was kind of shitty that this exotic has random rolls, and this is just straight up. The reason why is because now we're kind of sitting here waiting like, well, okay, well, how do we, you know, now what? Like, we were all waiting for Hawkmoon. Now we gotta kind of wait and try to get another one that's actually like the full gun unlocked, if that makes any sense. Because right now we have a budget version, if that makes any sense to you guys. So it's kind of underwhelming, but at the same time, it just sucks knowing that we aren't using the gun to its full potential, because I could be, you know, using rangefinder, for example, and keeping that bonus final round damage at longer distances. Or, you know, quick draw, for example. The gun already has amazing handling, but to think that this gun could even have better handling would be insane, you know? Just stuff like that really kind of bothers me. So should you be using this gun over your 120 RPM hand cannon, or maybe your dire promise you have right now? In all honesty, if I were to match someone like some beast of a player, so let's say I match Panda, even though I think he sucks, if you match him, for example, would I want to be using Hawkmoon? I mean, if it was today and I matched him, I'd probably be using it. But any other day, man, I think I'd be taking my True Prophecy, or even like Dire. I think maybe Dire might be a little better. Range-wise, Dire does have more range if you have a rangefinder on it. So it does kind of suck at the moment that it's kind of missing some stuff. And also, it doesn't have Icarus, right? So that's also a downside. The gun is really good, again. But at the same time, I don't know if it's worth using over something like my True Prophecy. And the reason for that is because I don't have to get a bunch of headshots and kills before I can 2-tap someone, right? I just need one kill beforehand and I can 2-tap someone right away. Yeah, the fire rate might be a little slower and it might be, you know, it's sluggish, but it's again, it's still a lot better when it comes to range, impact, and stuff like that. So if I were to give this gun a rating, I think I would give it around a 6.5 or maybe 7. I would make it higher, but at the same time, if I always think about it, if I'm playing against a really good player, am I going to be using this gun? And to be honest with you, probably not. You know, if I really need to win, I'm not going to. So again, 7 isn't too bad. The only reason why it's getting such a decent rating is because of the fact that the stats on the weapon are extremely good. So that's like the saving factor for this whole gun, because if the stats were mediocre, this would be a terrible weapon. So if I were you, I would most likely get the gun. I don't think it's a waste of time at all. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it initially, and as time goes on, once you get pooped on once or twice, you're going to most likely swap back, and the meta is going to go back to the same it was, and that's fine. There are going to be people that use this gun for a while, and I am probably going to be one of them. Again, up until maybe Trials comes out and I really have to go for it, but other than that, I would say this gun is worth your time and worth getting for sure. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video/review. This was my first ever gun review, so if you guys have any tips to improve the video for next time I do a weapon review, then please let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you managed to get Hawkmoon before watching this video, let me know how you guys like it as well. I'm always down to talk down in the chat, and if you have different opinions than I do on the gun, then I'd be down to talk about that too. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, like always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Goodbye.